Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
So,
Hey, blonde goddess.
how are you, Auntie?
I'm good.
I definitely put this on the calendar. I know we said Tuesday.
Yeah.
I put it on the calendar for Thursday.
Oh, at least you put it on. I forgot to put it on.
No. I just put it on my calendar for Thursday, like a nincompoop. Like I definitely. I know we said Tuesday.
Tuesday at 10:30. Or did we say Tuesday at 10:30? I just forgot to put it on my calendar. I don't know how I did that.
But I was like,
should have. My intention was to move it from Saturday and just change the date so that it could just automatically populate on my calendar. Instead, I left it on Saturday, so it's showing every Saturday.
Yeah. Also, you know what else came across my mind, like on that Saturday that I wanted to be able to close the gap on was what worked for Harold too. Right. So we
talked about that, and you know, his message was that he would try to accommodate where he could, but you know, for me, any farther in the day, it cripples me in terms of my business.
Yeah.
You know, it's moving really truly into my my IPA time.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. What about the evening times?
The evenings would be better. Okay. But we could never get him to commit to anything. So I don't know.
I think the evening would be better for me too. Like now that I'm actually live in action, but it's only because I put it on Thursday. I'm so mad at myself for that.
Yeah, well, it's okay. We got it now. You know, sometimes it just takes a second to get into a groove, right? Sometimes it's with when you got 20 different things in the air, you're trying to catch all the balls. Sometimes the balls just slip through.
It's so funny when Rob put in the chat, I said, Lord, yeah. We sure are.
I'm the one who suggested. You know?
Yeah, no, it's fine because I know that I got to show you guys StreamYard. What I'm thinking though, and I'm gonna ask Rob when he hops on, is if we want to just do a 6 o'clock, like, and we can do the tech at 6, like now that it's on the calendars and on the schedule.
See, 6 o'clock is okay. So I do intermittent fasting. Okay. I have to eat between 5 and 6. So I'm usually trying to prepare a dinner. That's why that time usually doesn't work for me because I'm trying to eat before 7.
So then what time would work
if we do it after 7? After 7. Because I'm usually done with everything by then.
Okay, so I want to ask Rob if after 7 works for him too. And I'll make sure that whatever time we decide, like I'll be settled. I'll pull StreamYard up for us. I'll walk us through it. And then maybe
I think with Rob, one of the issues with Rob is he has coaching clients in the evening.
Exactly. So I don't even, this was actually the optimal schedule for these lives, but he said yes to 6 as well. Because we did but maybe we need to just do one platform. Like that probably would be better. One platform.
Well, even if we can keep it on Saturday morning, I'm good with that because that doesn't interfere with work at all. You know.
Okay, that actually works for me too. So Saturday morning may be best. Okay, and if we can get back around to HB and see, like, because what I would love, Auntie, is if we could do it with all of us, because.
Well, I'm good, but even if we did it at noon, that would be what, 9 o'clock his time. Even if we did it at 1, right?
Yeah.
Whatever time we decide, I'm good with it because you know, I'll just make that work in my schedule. You know, the only thing that I usually do on the weekends is usually we're doing family things, but you know, I'll just make it work.
Oh, bad. Okay, so then, so then, and also because it's like he has the mindset coaching and the, you know, like I really want I want us to be able to capture that content. Like I don't want to move forward without him.
Well, I didn't want to do that. Like, just to be honest, I didn't. That was not because we just get too much freaking philosophy. People still don't know what to do. People got libraries that reach from one end of the house to the other, and they're still not making any money.
Yeah, that's real. That is so real. That is so real.
For me, it's like, and for me, nobody has to philosophize to me ever again, and I would be okay. Tell me how to do it. What did you do to get the money? If you're telling me that, it's about creating work ethic, then give me some strategies.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, Auntie. All right, so do you want to throw it in the chat that like we can do Saturdays? Like maybe Saturdays are better and we can find a time.
When Rob gets on here, let's see how, but I know in the evening that's when he works with most of his coaching clients.
Gorgeous.
Okay, there you go.
How was your week so far?
So far, so good. It's been productive, and usually I take a few days downtime on the beginning of the month, but I've been working mostly on our stuff this week.
You know what I'm going to do for us? I'm going to put us on a 3-way call because I think that he's still getting... Oh, here he is.
Yeah, he's here.
Hey, Rob.
Hey.
He's the one that usually is on time.
No, he's the reason he's in here. Bro, I put on my calendar for Thursday. I was like, and I know we said Tuesday. I was like, Ariel, what were you thinking? Like, what were you thinking?
I just didn't move it over from Saturday. I just kept it on Saturday. So all my Saturdays are populated, but not my Tuesdays. What you gonna do with us, Rob? What you gonna do?
Hey man, we're gonna work it out.
So we were just talking about another time that would be more conducive for having all 4 of us. And I was sharing with her that, mornings work good for me, or either Saturday. And I know in the evenings you have coaching clients. So I don't know if we want to do a late night or if we could stay with Saturday or,
Also something that may work for HB too.
Whatever times that y'all come up with, I can tell y'all yes or no right away because my coaching clients are scheduled. Like I don't allow no random stuff. So everybody that's on my calendar, everybody I coach, they have a day and time weekly.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So if y'all say Thursday at 7:00, I know whether I got a client Thursday at 7:00 or not. And I don't. So if I book that, then they know if somebody tries to book something.
Well, I could do Thursday at 7:00.
So I was going to ask Thursday at 7:00. Okay. And I was also going to say, do you think, and I know you can't necessarily speak for him, but do you think that HB would be better on a Thursday or on a Saturday?
Oh, I can ask him. Yeah, I talked to HB on Saturday. HB got so much. His stuff is just crazy because he called me Saturday and was like, hey, I got the text from Ariel. Tell her I said thanks. He's like, man, he's got so much stuff going on like Wednesday. So he's doing today actually is he's recording last week's and this week and giving us the recording to just play his recording for his commitment because and he had already told me this ahead of time. This Wednesday is his girlfriend's birthday. And she's flying in town. He's flying to Chicago, and they're going to the Cubs White Sox game, which is some monumental game out there. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it, so of course I don't know how that works. And I don't watch sports at all. So because I'm not a sports fan at all, I don't know nothing about sports. I couldn't tell you the first thing. So but he said it's a big Cubs White Sox game. And he was like, dude, it's gonna be freezing cold. He said, I'm gonna be drunk. He was like, so I'll do both of them and then you can just play them. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I know I talked to him about the thing that we talked about for the banners. And his concern with the banners is he's like, I got all these shows I'm doing. And I have to have my shows up on my banner that I'm doing in different places, the speaking events that he's doing. You see what I mean? So he's like, I don't know if I can put the banner up because I always have to rotate my next speaking engagement to get an audience there for the speaking stuff he does. So he's using his banner space for those. Obviously. So
he'll probably be able to put it up last minute, like right when it's closer to the event.
Right. Yeah, and he's doing some other stuff that I didn't even know Harold was doing. Like like Harold is doing all kinds. He's doing a lot in his area in Phoenix for the gay community, which I had no idea. He's doing a lot for the Black gay community. They're doing something called Chocolate Rainbow out there because they're saying that African American people who are gays don't have any like standing about anything. So they're doing like different shows for them and stuff like that, trying to support African American gay, and they call them the Chocolate Rainbow. So they got that thing going and something else going. So
plus he's in school.
Yeah, plus he did his PhD, and I know that's beating him up because he complained about that all the time. And he's at the end. He's rounding out. He's less than 18 months, which means right now he's doing that. He's doing his last paper.
He's working on his dissertation.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he said that is like a nightmare because every time they turn something, and I know Isha was going through the same thing. Every time she was turning stuff in, they were shooting it down. You know what I mean? Saying that too many other people talked about it, or there's not enough research to back it, and blah, 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 blah. And she just like, it was just one turn down after the next. And I think Hill's doing the same thing.
Okay. It's okay. But
it's okay because the whole concept from the beginning was, can we bring techniques? Can we bring templates? Can we bring actual websites? Can we make this a hands-on training where not only are we saying to people, here's a website, here's how it works. We're saying, here's the website. This is why it could make sense for you, because we know that everything we do is not going to make sense for everybody, right? Yeah. And that's part of what I'm teaching right now, critical thinking. Everything is not for everybody. You have to understand where you are in order for you to take advantage of what's available. So the whole thing is, can we get in and hold their hands through some of the information that we're going to be providing for them? Right?
I think that it's, you know, for me, I'm like, okay, bet it's all good, especially because the recordings, and then on the time of the training, he'll be there. And honestly, like, you know, schedule, as long as he doesn't, what I didn't want to happen was I didn't want him to think that we were moving forward making decisions without him. That's all that was really my concern. As long as he feels like he was included and, you know, he had a say, then, and I know he's not like that. I just wanted to, you know, make sure I did my due diligence to make sure he felt included. So that's, as long as he's good, I'm good.
You know, and I appreciate that, Ariel, but one thing that, and Rob probably knows me, I am about right now, what we got to do. I just can't do all of that. I don't have the bandwidth.
Yeah. And it's good because both of you guys are thinking with the best intentions, because you made that for him for the best intentions. When he called me, he was like, dude, I don't know Ariel well enough to let her know that I cannot handle that homework assignment you gave me. It's too much work. He was like, what do I need to tell her? And I was like, I'll talk to her. Don't worry about it. She just, she really was not giving you homework.
I talk very candid too. When I talk to him, it's very candid. He knows my personality. I believe in having fun, but with everything that I have on my plate, I just got to know, what is the focus? What are we trying to do? What is the message we're trying to send? Are we trying to do everything? Well, if we're trying to do that, we ain't doing crap. We're doing everything everybody else is doing. The whole concept was, can we bring something to the market that nobody else is doing? Can we make a space for ourselves that will set us apart from everybody else? Right.
And I think we can accomplish that with what we're doing. And I think where Harold comes in at is like, you always need to have that closing in the sense of mind. Like,
and I totally agree with that. But at the same time, with us knowing, you and I know both know where Harold is. I love him. He is somebody who I go to when my brain is broken. Right? Absolutely. I know what he brings to the table, and I love what he brings to the table. But at the same time, we just don't have to, he's gonna be okay doing what he's doing. We can use this time to focus on what we need to do. Yeah,
because the stuff that we're doing, he's not gonna do anyway. Like, he's not gonna have any worksheets. He's not gonna have any software tutorials. He's just gonna be saying, like he said the other day, when you do all of these things, you got to do a week in review. You got to close the week off and know whether or not you did what you said. His whole concept, 360, winning in all areas, that's about saying in your business, you should be winning, but don't forget about your family. Don't forget it. That's going to be a necessary conversation for people to hear. And there's not going to be worksheets involved. So some of this stuff he don't really need to be involved. He can come in and just kind of do his thing, which kind of works out good. So I think it works out.
And he'll always make an impact. I don't care what he says. He will always make an impact, whether it's 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, always.
Yeah. So we good.
So does Saturday work best for us? Like maybe at 12 o'clock on Saturday? Or do you have a client at that time, bro?
Well, Rob said he could do Thursday at 7.
Thursday at 7. So Thursday at 7. Okay.
Yeah. I can do any of those times. So whatever for me, really for my schedule is, I think it's what's best for y'all, because I really truly just don't have as much going on as y'all do. Like really, I mean, honestly, I don't, because my stuff is more like I just don't allow anything that like nothing pops up for me.
Yeah.
You know, my grandbaby is like, she ain't gonna pop up. She's 2 hours away. My son, 15, he's pretty much self-sustaining. He goes to school on his own. He comes home on his own. He goes to the gym on his own. I ain't babying nobody. You know what I mean?
Man, I got pop-ups in my life all the time. The baby is sick. I'm at work, Mom. I can't get it. Can you go pick the baby up? The baby's running. Oh, Mom, they closed the school down because of something. Can you get the kids? Oh, Mom, we got to be out of town this week. Can you, so yeah.
I don't have none of those because my family's not here.
I wish. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't mind. I love that I can be here for my children and my grandchildren. But I'm still going to, I don't care if I have to get on the phone, whatever I have to do, because this to me is everything, guys. If I haven't told you this to me is everything. This is the launch of my business. Over and beyond what I've done live with the peak performers. This will allow me to launch into my online courses and all the other things. So I'm
excited about it. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I really think that we got people excited. I think this pre-game stuff was a really good idea for us to do.
How are the numbers looking so far?
Right now, when I looked yesterday, there's 171 people registered for that. But again, I haven't, and that's the other thing too about the videos that I was telling you guys about sending out. That's the other part that I forgot to mention. When I'm sending out those emails saying, did you miss the replay? I'm sending that email out to 3,400 people. There's only 171 registered. So that means the rest of those people either aren't interested, aren't seeing it, it's going through their spam. So me sending it over and over again gets more people registered. So if I see, like when I send that out today to those 3,400 people, I'm probably going to get between another 20 and 30 people ready. It'll go over 200.
Okay, well, I went into my Facebook and I sent it to about probably 250 people just from my Facebook. And I did that just kind of as a test to see what kind of response. And a couple of people called me and said they couldn't open the link. So I just copied the link right into the invite.
The link from Zoom?
No, the link that we're using for them to register.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know. And that was it could be the two people, so because that's
and I know the link is working because I registered somebody yesterday.
Okay. So it's probably them. I'll reach out to them individually.
Yeah.
So okay. How many registrants do we currently have though on the books?
I want to say 15 to 20 people are registered.
Okay, so we gotta do some promoting then, huh?
Yeah, we got some work. Yeah, we got some work to do. We did, and I know part of that because just from me doing other events like this, the good thing is you give time for people to register. The bad part of that is they're like, oh, I ain't got to register until May. It's not until May 19th. So people are going to wait until the last minute to register because that's just what people do. So I know we'll get some numbers right at the end of it too. but the heavy promotion throughout will always get more numbers. But it's like the pregame, same thing. We're going to get more people because of the pregame, but we also going to have people that in their mind, the way our brains work, it's like, I don't need to register yet because you're doing the free ones now, and I'll register when the last one is done. So in between the two, and it's like it's only one day in between, because the last one is on the 18th of May, and then the event starts on the 19th of May.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? But people, that's just the way people's brains work. It's like, I'm getting this every Wednesday stuff, so I don't need to register yet. You know what I mean?
Right, yes. Mm-hmm.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, the same thing we had with Super Saturdays, all the events we did, you know, over all those years, and people would wait till the last minute.
Yeah, and they'll come to the door. They'll pay more at the door knowing they come, and still pay more at the door.
They do.
Yeah, I'll be like, why y'all? I was selling tickets like 3 for 10 or 3 for 30, $10 a piece. You're gonna pay $25 at the door instead of paying $10 4 days ahead of time. Right. And people do it all day long. They walk in and pay right at the door. So, you know, it never was a complaint with me because I made more money. But, you know, it's the same thing here. It's like they're going to wait to the last minute, some of them. But I think there's many blasts and stuff and this thing we're talking about doing right now. I think that's going to really help with awareness because some people still just aren't seeing it. A lady just hit me on Facebook just the other day. She was like, hey, I knew I was missing something. She was like, what is this BAPS thing? What is BAPS? She was like, I keep saying it. And she was like, what's that acronym stand for? And I told her, and she went right in and registered for the pregame. Like she was seeing it, but she just didn't know what it was. So, you know, people just don't, you know, but I think these lives that Ariel was talking about is going to really help.
Yes.
Yeah. Because people see live stuff and they click on it and they want to look at what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. People like stuff moving. We like shiny squirrel, like SOS. Right, so it's like if it's not moving, it's like a picture. I'm not gonna see the picture. It's like, why it's not moving?
Yeah,
everything gotta be moving live, right?
Short form video. I'm telling you, like people like visual, like that movement element. That's so real.
And that's what I was thinking about. I'm thinking about now doing just the people that have their phone numbers, just getting on doing a quick little, you know, video. You know,
join me for the I'm sending it. I sent it out to I sent the freebie from the LOJ that I did at convention, but I'm gonna let that list rest for like 2 days and then I'm gonna send this information out, you know, as well. So
now something else that I can tell you that I know will work if y'all can find the time to do it. I know I'm doing it because I do it every time I'm doing this event. This will work 100% guaranteed. Call people. Call people that you know just are either procrastinating or just not looking at stuff that you know would go, and you call them and be like, hey, and just get them registered. I do that all the time. Yeah, old school. Because it's like some people just need to be like, they just don't be aware. People just not woke. Like they just don't be aware of stuff. And you can call them and be like, hey, you're not registered for the event. They're like, oh, no, what's the event? What is it? Now tell them, and it's like, okay, well, what do I need to do? I can get you registered right now. Oh, well, come on. Then they'll give you their credit card right over the phone. Right? They just don't be having a clue on what's going on. You know? So that used to be like that on my team. You know how it is when you team build the same thing. Hey, you know, Super Saturday. Sharon and Mel Valeri coming to town. Oh, I didn't see that. You ain't see them.
Right. I didn't see that. You're right. That's so right.
They don't know. So you gotta, you got sometimes you gotta call certain people. So I promise you, I'm probably gonna get about 10 people registered just from dialing people that I know just haven't registered that I know will register. Yeah. And they will allow me to register right over the phone. Yeah. So I know I'll do that as well. So these interviews, I've been thinking about these interviews really heavily because I think we can do a lot of damage with these, not bad damage, good damage, with these interviews for training. Right. And I don't know how well you do interviews, Ariel, because I've never seen you in that space. Like when you hosting the interview.
I'm pretty good.
Are you? That's good. Because I've been doing interviews for a really long time. And I know Sharon did them professionally. Like Sharon actually did them for a living.
Yeah, well, I had a TV show. Yeah, I had a TV show for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
I interviewed business owners in Memphis.
Yeah. So
I was the Oprah of Memphis.
I'm thinking we probably need to throw in, and I'm throwing this out there for us to make a decision on it, not something I'm saying, hey, let's just do it. I really think we need to throw a section in of interviews where everybody gets interviewed throughout this thing, not back to back, but like over those 4 days, every one of us gets interviewed, because that's a really good learning point when we answer questions and people can take notes. Because like for me, the biggest lesson I learned, and I always tell us when I'm being interviewed about me owning all those businesses, the biggest lesson I learned is the one that I'm in right now, which is do not do anything that you're not passionate about for a living. Because I did a whole lot of businesses for money and it just doesn't work out. If you just do it for money, you burn out. And now I literally do something that it doesn't matter. I can do it all day, every day, and it has nothing to do with the money that I'm making doing it. When I did assisted living, it was about finding the best clients, getting the house that could hold the most bed. Everything was money based. And in this, it's not. I don't make my decisions aren't made based on money. I don't create a coaching program based on what I can charge for it.
Right. And that's the way I feel too.
Yeah.
I'm the same way about peak performers. Half of them don't pay. Well, nobody's paying me anything right now. You know, and it's funny because my coaches, the ones that I've worked with over the years, besides you, always saying, you need to be charging them at least $2,500. Every coach, and I'm like, no, I can't do that.
I learned to listen to the people that's not talking. I'm watching too many big time people put together programs and charging $200 or $300 for them that are worth millions of dollars. They can't be doing that for no reason. And they cannot be doing that if it don't work. Right. You see what I mean? I think it's a space for the big, I think it's a space for those big $5, $10, $100,000. I think that you can do those. I think you have to hand select those clients, put that program together and do it. But I think for the general population, you got to have the stuff that we do.
Right. Because and it's got to be affordable for the masses.
Yeah.
You know, for this kind of thing, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, so we got tomorrow. What is our strategy to beef up the numbers for tomorrow? You know, so like last week, you were saying that it was number of people who were registered, but a lot of them didn't show up. Yes. What can we do to entice them to show up tomorrow?
So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm gonna get ridiculously outrageous with the email. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send 2 emails today and 4 tomorrow. Strictly to the people who enroll, because I have a tagged list and I keep adding to it. So I go to Zoom and I download the new people, because so for instance, I have a little list here on my desk, and the list has the last time I looked at the list, the last name that was on it. I go from that name down to whoever else has joined, and I pull them off in CSV and I upload them into Kajabi as somebody who's enrolled in the pregame. So every pregame enrollee is in Kajabi tagged as a pregame enrollee, a registered person. I'm going to send 2 emails today and 4 tomorrow. They're going to get 6 emails. Either they're going to unsubscribe or they're going to show up.
What if we also, we're all 3 on right now. What if we did just a 30-second round robin? Okay. So we're talking about now a minute and 30 seconds that we could just send with the email.
Yeah.
So, instead of just verbiage, now they get all 3 of us just talking about why this is so important to us. Yeah. And why, and we talk about it all the time, Rob. We all are sick of the games that people are playing with our monies, asking us for thousands of dollars and delivering, nothing. We feel like people deserve better than that. We deserve better than that. And if we want to see the change, we have to be the ones who make the change. Right? If we can bring some real value to the table, we know that people will also do the same thing. That if there's examples to follow, then we want to be those examples.
So by round robin, that means that we all do something here.
Mm-hmm.
When this
it's being recorded.
Yeah, when it comes back to you, you can send the recording to me. I can put it in my system and I can clip it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can clip it and I'll add a transition in there or something like that. And then I will add it to because the email that goes out is already prepped and I already have a video placed. I normally send last week's video. All I got to do is upload this video in place, which is going to take me 30 seconds.
Right.
Then send it with this. And I'll change a little bit of the verbiage, letting them know that there's something that they're talking about that. Right. Okay. So I'll handle that in after we do the round robin. But what are we going to do?
Okay, so that's now we just decide what we want to do and what message we want to portray. So for me, I think about, and I'll put a time clock, my 30 seconds clock timer on my phone so that I cut it off, because we know that if it's too long, they'll never watch it. Yeah. Right. Agreed. So, for me, I would say something like, I've spent so much money and I have been so disappointed. I am bound and determined that I'm going to give up way more than, way more, because I feel like people deserve it. I feel like that we've created something that we don't see in the marketplace, and I'm excited. And you should join us. If you're ready to make this shift, this is where you want to do it, right here with us tomorrow night. Join us. See if we are not totally different from everything else you're used to. So I'm gonna give them a dare. So that's your P in Ariel. What am I saying your name right? Is it Ariel or Ariel?
It's Ariel, but depending on where you're, like, it's okay because regional
in the South is Ariel.
Yeah. So it's like an apple, like Ariel, but it's okay.
In the South, we call it Ariel. Hey, Ariel.
That's so funny. I heard that it's interesting. Her name is Ariel because I was gonna name my daughter Ariel, and then we went with Ashley. We went with Ashley as opposed to Ariel, but I was gonna name her Ariel. I really like that name. I like the name Ariel.
Thank you.
Yeah, we was gonna name my daughter Ariel, my first one, and then we ended up going with Ashley Renee Dunbar. But I always said, and I say it different. I'll say Ariel sometimes I'll say Ariel. It just depends. I'm funny like that. I'm unscripted. So like whatever side of the bed I woke up on, that's how I am anyway. So it just depends.
My best friend calls me Ari. Like he calls me Ari, and I'm like, okay.
I like that. You're my best friend. Love that, Ari. I absolutely love that. Ari.
Yeah, I like Ari too. I like names that you can cut down. Because like we call Ashley, we don't call her Ash, we call her Ash.
Right, like we call you Rob, right?
Yeah. The white boys call me Bob. The black guys.
Right, of course they call you Bob. But y'all call me Shaw.
Shaw. That is so funny. So we're gonna okay. So Ariel, so what do you like? What do you feel on that? Like, as far as what would you say for your round robin? Because I know what I would say based on what like Sharon was saying, because I had that same experience too, and I know you have because we've talked about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, for me, it's really about creating a safe space for people to not feel judged to learn, for them to know that we're going to hold their hands and take them step by step. And it's wherever you are in your business, you're going to have a win. So it doesn't matter if you are new in business, 20 years in business, there's definitely something here for you. But I know a lot of times, especially in this new digital marketing phase or this virtual economy, we're so nervous to get started. But we're going to make sure that not only are you going to get started, but you're going to be able to execute on your social media and feel like it's not taking up your entire day, but you're doing it in time blocks within the day. So that's my messaging. I just think it's important for people to know you can learn here, because I know when they go to web seminars, sometimes it's just so much, like it's too much. So
absolutely good stuff. Okay, so sidebar. Both of you all, I need something from y'all, different breakdowns on y'all, because when I'm doing consultations, I want to be able to add, like I'm already doing it with Ario because she's already told me what she's charging, right? But
Yeah.
bring up you, Sharon, I never know what to tell them for cost. When I'm talking to a woman and I'm like, I do sales mastery, but if you particularly want to be trained as a woman in sales through a woman's program, I got a young lady I work with and I can introduce you to it, but I never can give them a price. And I would like to be able to add a price into my price and then just turn you over to them all together. And then you've already gotten paid. They'll pay me and I'll just push it to you and be like, hey, I got a client for you. Because that's what I do with Hero. They pay me, I pay Hero, I email him the money and then email him the client's name. He already paid, he just working on it.
Okay.
You see what I mean? That way it's easier and I'm introduced.
Well, I need your help on that because mine is a 90-day program. So you and I need to talk about because I've done two $199 for 3 months. I've done $299. That's the most that I've done. And I probably need to get that rate up just because not only am I doing accountability with them, I'm doing one-on-ones with them, I'm doing group training with them. And now I'm gonna also be adding the online training as well.
Yeah, and I would like, I know I don't have to do this so much with Ario because I don't really do a lot of social media at all. So I know we're not gonna bump. I'm not training them on nothing. She gonna train them more because I don't know nothing about I don't know how to train more stuff she training them on. But with you, I do sales mastery. So if I can eliminate, right, even if I come down on my costs and put you in the package, because again, for me, it's not the money, it's the customer. It's the satisfied customer experience.
And that's me too. So if we could work it out where the customer is going to be, the client is going to be good. And remember, I'm really looking for that 40-year-old woman. I'm looking for the one who's a little scared or totally fearful that if they don't make a change now, they're going to be living in their children's basement.
I don't have but 4 clients under 40. That's
really
the majority of my clients are women. And I did the numbers on the other day. 60% of my clients are islanders.
Really?
Yeah, women, Jamaican. I don't. And I should say, don't ask me how. Let me tell you where it came from. Referrals, because most of my business come from referrals. Right. So I get a lot of referrals. The islanders, when I help them out. I've got an islander that does taxes, an islander that owns a dance school, an islander that has a limousine service. I've got an islander that has a gift basket making business, an islander that makes the lady who makes the turmeric soaps and creams. I've got another one who has a nonprofit where she's doing nutritional plans. She's a doctor in a Caribbean. I mean, I got a bunch of women islanders as clients.
Yeah, and see, most of the women I'm talking to don't have a business. They may, a lot of them are maybe in Legal Shield or something, Mary Kay. And I say they don't have a business. Most of them haven't been able to earn the kind of income they need in the things they're doing. And most of them is kind of a side hustle.
And they've never created something from scratch, is what you're saying. Like I get what you're saying. It's not that.
Right. They got to be taught from the ground up.
Yeah. I think we offer different things, and I think we need to probably. And I know we off topic right now, but it's just when this stuff is here, I have to.
It's fine.
I think that we need to create some kind of program where we can do it, because that's what me and Hero are in the process of doing. We're creating.
And he said he would do the same thing with me. Eventually, when I have clients, he's willing to do the same thing, thanks to you, which is good because I love sending them in to open their heads up so that once he opens up, maybe I can pour in,
Right. What we need to do is we need to create some kind of program where all 3 of us are in the same program, but working with the person individually. They're bouncing between the 3 of us and they pay one cost and they bounce in between the 3 of us. So it might be, okay, Ariel was doing everything social media with them. You're doing everything sales with them. and I'm doing whatever else I may do that they may need that I don't. You see what I mean? Like it needs to be a package, and then we come up with a price, and then we split it 3 ways, and we offer that as a package, and they're getting 3 coaches, which is something else that everybody is doing.
I love that.
That's something.
And it's a great launch.
Yeah.
Launching pad for you've already launched. It's a great launching pad for Ariel and myself. So.
Yeah. I think collaborating, and I'm thinking like that because, like I said, this is a year of collaboration for me, and I feel like
me too.
Yeah, there has to be. People will spend money when they feel like they're getting more, and there's people that's charging $5,000 for just them, and then saying, "Oh, this person's going to talk to you," but then that person talks to you wants to charge you for something else.
Right.
If we're saying $2,000 or $2,500. And you're in a 12-week program with 3 coaches for 3 different things, and a whole bunch of people charging $2,500 for 3 coaches for 90 days.
And what I'm good at is helping people to figure out where their gifts are. You know, so, you know, it's like once I can help them do that, help them to start to move toward doing a little bit. Now, Ariel can help them with
their marketing,
you know, getting into social media, but Rob can help them with understanding how to set up a business, right? How to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. He can help them make sure that they understand, you know, how to have separate banking, because I can't tell you how many Legal Shield people still, after 20 years, all of their finances are intermingled. And I'm like, if IRS ever gets you, you're in trouble.
Yeah. And they need to understand how to form corporations in other places. So like I got a client in California, right? He does the Airbnb deal where he does contracts with people who own property, and then he puts Airbnb people in those properties, and he makes the money on that deal. He pays that person at cost of their rent. So if that person says, I charge $1,800 a month for my property, he does a contract with them and he pays them $1,800 a month, but then he Airbnbs the property, he keeps the difference.
Right. And see, even like here, I want to teach them about affiliate. We can even have them, hey, for everybody you know, at some point once, we could always say we got an affiliate program, but there are a lot of affiliate programs. There's drop shipping. There's so many other things that people could take 1 or 2 days on the weekend, maybe, and hey, I can bring in another $300-500, right, and work my way through. So I'm not saying to those who are doing Mary Kay, Legal Shield, whatever else, don't do it. But let me show you how to secure your bag.
So there's something called First Promoter. I haven't looked into different programs that help you create affiliate programs, but it's one that came across my radar. And like just say, you know, for what you're saying, there's no coach that says, hey, and by the way, if you refer 3 people, it'll, you know, come off the price of your coaching as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's an actual First Promoter is an actual platform that helps us do that. Wow. I'll start digging into more.
Okay, but that would be great. You know, and that's something we don't have to think about. But if you go ahead and get the information when it's time, we could say now we can launch our affiliate as well.
So if y'all using Kajabi, you don't even need that.
Really? Oh yeah, because the coupon.
Kajabi actually does that. Like as a coaching client, right? So let's say Ariel is my coaching.
Like She's in Business does the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what we're using. Both of us are using She's in Business. So She's in Business is Kajabi for females, basically.
So what I can do is I can say, okay, you're a client, Ariel. Okay, I'm going to send you an email. You click on it, you put your information in there. It's going to create an affiliate link for you. I can take your affiliate link and say,
that's it.
25% of every client you give me goes to you. What happened with Kajabi is if you give Sharon that link and Sharon signs up for $1,000 program fee, my PayPal will give you $250.
Wow.
So I need to check that out though, Sharon, on how to do that. So I'll communicate with Kate because remember,
but I know that it's available because I talked to her last Tuesday on the call, just because I was I'm trying to incorporate I'm trying to
didn't
incorporate.
know. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm on the call usually on Tuesdays at 11 when I can be there. But because I've got all of these women who are never going to make any money in Legal Shield, but they're so caught up in it, right? They've invested so much. They're trying to get. But I'm slow to say, oh, but what if we do this? Let's try this little fitting. If they start to see even a little bit of money or a little bit of anything else, if nothing else, they can stay. I can get them out of the cult, so to speak.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Are you dealing with that already?
My mother. No, I'm teasing.
Oh, yeah, and it might be, and I'm telling you, man, that's a category. Like I have had to have that hard conversation. It's like getting them off drugs. I've had to have the conversation.
That's your best friend, Sharon. That's your sister, Sharon.
I know. I'm working on it though.
Yeah, I'm on my fourth client with that right now.
Yeah,
getting them to back off and say, okay, because it's not that Legal Shield doesn't make money. Some people are not ever going to make money in Legal Shield because they aren't the kind of person that can make money in that company.
No. What's so interesting is she like for me, it's actually she is making money, right? She does make money, but
she can never take her foot off the gas.
And that's the difference. It's also, is this sustainable? My mother is 58 years old.
It's not sustainable.
I need to retire her. And I told her, I said,
but even if she doesn't want to retire, like me, I could stop, but I don't want to retire. I'm about doing the thing now.
Right. At 65, Auntie.
But I'm about trying to do the thing. My kids are grown. I've made a lot of sacrifices. I want to do the thing that I came here to do. I want to help women to identify, why are you here?
Yeah.
You didn't just come to have babies. You didn't just come to be married. You didn't just come to do Legal Shield. There is a reason. Let's uncover that. And then let's actually get to it.
But this is the thing that I'm saying, though, on top of that, because a need is being met, right? That's why so many of them are still, like, for example, Ladies of Justice space and the camaraderie peak performers, a need is being met for my mother. It makes complete sense. And it's for a lot of women, like a lot of these women were the matriarch of their family. My mother was 22 and was the matriarch of a family of, I don't even know how many. She took care of everybody. So now it's this camaraderie, this sisterhood is finally being met. But when I say 65, Auntie and Rob and I need us to understand, at 65, she won't be able to stop if I don't get her out of this space, and if I don't get her to expand. Like, she will have to work. Like, and the amount of work and the amount of grinding. My mother is a workhorse. Like, she can get it done, but it doesn't mean that it's okay another 7 years from now. And I need these next 7 years to count.
Even like with your mom, one of the things that I keep talking to her about. And I'm going to have her to go into some of the schools with me. And I'm like, come here, stay here with me for a few days. And let's go in. Because one of the things that group does for you, it does create that residual income. You're not depending on anyone else. And it doesn't take long to build some of that.
I told my mother, I said, and this is the God's honest truth. I'm a beast on the phone. I'm a beast. Like, I can.
If I could teach you how to make the phone calls.
And I told her, I said, I will dial and I will book. I've been booking my mother for appointments when she had her healthcare agency. Like, I've always been that child. I was 15 booking her appointments. I told her, I said,
what we can do, Ariel, is let's me and you talk first about what that phone call looks like. And then if we can get you, I can teach her how to do the DM meetings. She would do it in the way that she can close the deal.
I'll do that for my mother. Like, I wouldn't do it for nobody else, but I would do it for her. And going back to what we were talking about, it's this laser focus. Is what's taught is stay focused. Don't deviate. Don't look external. Stay focused.
And it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad that they have just twisted the thinking of so many people. And their intention is not to help these people. Their intention is to just make sure that their bag gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, even when they kick us, they kick sand in our faces all the time, you know, increasing the rates, reducing our commission, right? Not allowing us to be able to deal with situations that hurt our reputation. Not only hurt Legal Shield, but just hurt, because when they don't deal with situations that are that our members are facing, then it just means that it's on us.
Hurt your brand. Hurt you.
Yeah, brand. And that's why that's why I'm doing the quiet creep, because I just can't. And so that's,
and the fact that they won't let you move. Check this out. Did you tell Rob about that? The broker?
I don't think I told Rob about that. Did I tell you about my GA agreement?
She got her insurance license. She went and got her insurance license.
Yep. I want to move over to become a GA, and it's been like, did everything, like literally, like send the paperwork in, then it's something else. Send that in, then it's something else. Send it in, then it's something else. Come to find out now, and this is a unwritten rule that's been around for a really long time. It's an internal policy. I've had to have written 20 memberships the month previous. But again, that was found out after I sent something else in, right? So finally, I have to pay down chargebacks, do the 20 memberships. But even with that still being said, it hasn't been submitted properly. Like my GA agreement has been on hold since November.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And so I told my mother, I said, I'm literally only poised right now because of her and our book of business over the long term. And we joke about it, but I'm like, the millennial in me is like ready to go off. But it's no reason. And I could do a year sit out. So that's why I'm not personally writing, because I already knew that if ish hits the fan, I need to be able to have my year sit out. But it's just wild to me. It is wild that you could do. I literally sent it in, white gloved it.
See, you know, that's when we reach out to Mr. Self.
Yeah.
You know, Ariel, actually, that's when we reach out to Mr. Self.
Who do you think has it? My platinum has it.
I'm just saying.
I
don't know about your platinum.
Just understand, Ariel, Darnell Self ain't just our platinum. You can send it to Darnell Self and he ain't got to be your platinum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Darnell Self is right. It doesn't matter whose team you want.
Yeah, you're right. No, I know that personally. Like, I really know. I'm just talking about the person that it needs to be with, you know? So it's like, and then like what it come to find out, I'm like, okay, even if this merger was happening, there's still no reason for it. November, December, like literally top of November, December, January, February, March, April, May, like 6 months. So
that's not a follow-up though. That's not a follow-up. They don't want network marketers going over to business solutions.
They do not.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what like this is gonna overlook. This is not them being like haphazard with your stuff and being confused. This is them not making it easy for a network marketer to go to B2B. They don't want that to become a thing for network marketers to just say, oh, let me go get my insurance license and stay at this level.
Right.
They don't like it.
No, they don't like it.
No, they do not.
They don't like it.
They want us hustling every day, all day, 24/7.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because this is the thing that I told Mom. I said, I need them to really get smart because my mother won't qualify without my leg. Even though I'm not writing, my leg is writing. Like my leg qualifies by the 10th to 15th of the month. So because I'm a recruiter, like I literally, you know, so I told her, I said, these people gonna burn out and then you're gonna need your daughter to produce again. And she not producing without this GA agreement.
And they will eventually burn out because, you know, it's a numbers. You got to constantly be replenishing.
I have to constantly be replenishing. I was like, I'm constantly building the wall of Jerusalem. Constantly building the wall of Jerusalem. So so that's what's happening. So I've been on hold with my GA agreement. That's what I'm calling it for 6 months. Yeah. It's a mess.
Well, you know, you're 6 months down now. You only have 6 more months to go before you can decide. Hey.
Yep. I'm going over. I was like, first of all, smart business. Even with this social media, they talking about get loud on social media, but they could snatch you any day. I don't care what they say at convention, unless you are literally aligned with a broker's agreement. Like, it's the safest way to play business because they can take all of it because of our brand.
Yeah.
I'm not playing these games. I'm 30. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have too long to go. Like,
right. Yeah. No, you're right. Oh, wait a minute. What was I? I never did my little skit,
Right, you
even
did.
though we're not recording yet.
Sorry.
I just never did it though. So basically, you guys are y'all have y'all reason that this is important to everybody. And for me, the reason why doing something like BAPS is important is because, in my experience as a coach, more information, more access costs more money. And what we want to do here is we want to give you access to people who have different experiences, different generations, right? Different specialties, all in one place for something that you can afford, because we don't believe that you should have to break the bank to get the best information. And to me, the best information is tangible, because you can walk away and you can look at it on your own. You can look at the recordings for life, which means you have something that you can always go back to and not only hear, but see and have in front of you as a visual. So I think what we're doing here for everybody, when you look at the fact that it's $200 to be involved in a program with 4 coaches, with 4 different levels of experience, with 3 different generations that are saying,
and
this is what we
guest
know,
coaches,
right?
Yeah, because I talked to
the
yesterday.
guest trainers too, right?
And guest trainers.
And you're getting all of that for the $200, and then you can keep it for life, which a lot of programs don't let you keep it for life. You have to pay another fee to keep it for life. And secondly, you're not getting all the tangibles along with it, which means if you say, I don't understand what I heard, I don't understand what I saw, but I can read and follow step 1, step 2, step 3. So every learning curve is being accomplished here. So we're helping as many people as we can for $200. And that to me is one of the benefits of working with all of these, because everybody does have a specialty. Harold has a specialty. You have a specialty, like a niche, right? Ariel has a niche. Everybody has a niche. And it's like, somebody can come here for $200. And this is the other thing. Somebody could come here for any one of our niches and it's still worth $200.
Right.
You see what I mean? The 3 or 4 hours that each one of us is going to give is worth the $200 if it was just that one person.
So overall, you're talking about, thousands of dollars in value, just thousands of dollars, because all of us have just a wealth of experience. You put all the years of experience together, even going back to Ariel, you on the phone with your mom's business when you were probably in your 20s, if not younger. Yeah, see? So you're talking about a wealth of experience. And you put all that together, that's invaluable.
I'll never forget it. She swindled me. She told me that she was going to get me the sidekick if I booked a certain amount of appointments for her. And she never got it from me.
It's funny what we remember, right?
I remember that.
You should call her now and tell her I want my sidekick.
Listen.
She might actually kick you in your side if you call her and tell her that.
No, so I never let her live Hawaii. I never let her live Hawaii down. She's so happy to be taken. She was like, I'm taking you to Hawaii because you never let me live that down. I was like, yup, nor the sidekick. I'll be breaking it all up. Like,
that's good. That is so good. So, okay, we all kind of know we want to keep it to 30 seconds because we know that if we make it too long, they will actually just tune us out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna pin each person so that it's just your screen, like that's showing during your segment, and then I'll remove the pin, like the spotlight. But if you could, I think I would have to be co-hosted. Can you co-host?
I can do it. Speaker. I've got the speaker view on, so that way.
And pin your spotlight yourself. Like you go if you're going to spotlight yourself.
Okay. All right. So, am I spotlighted?
literally by your name, it'll say spotlight for everyone. Did you click that?
Okay, hang on. Did I do it? I got it.
Yep.
Well, it's
Then
keeping
as long as
moving.
it says that.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I see the little pin by your name.
You got it? Okay, so we can see that. Cool. Okay, so I'm going first. Is that way we're doing it? I'm going first, or Ariel, why don't you go first? You kick us off. And then.
Okay, so spotlight me.
Okay.
I'm talking, but I'm on mute. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
should we all leave our cameras on?
We can turn them off.
You can turn it off for bandwidth if we want to, just for bandwidth purposes. But because I'm spotlighted, from my understanding, it wouldn't necessarily matter, but you can still turn it off.
And I think I'm gonna cut my mic off too, just in case, so nothing interrupts.
Okay.
The person that's talking.
Hello, family. So excited to be here with you all. My name is Ariel Simone, and I am your millennial coach. I am excited for you to join us every Wednesday night for the next 3 weeks. The next 3 weeks, every Wednesday, completely free. Myself, Coach Dunbar, Coach Sharon Larry, Coach HB will be with you to be able to deliver the goods. But as your millennial coach family, I want to let you know this is a safe environment. We want you as a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, a business owner. We want you to know that we're going to hold your hand and take you step by step with your digital marketing. I'm your social media coach. So I'm going to make sure that you get to show up on your platforms the way that you need to, with your brand identity, with your messaging, with everything that you need to be able to convert your target audience in your niche. All right, family. So I cannot wait to see you Wednesday, 8:30 sharp Eastern Standard Time, completely free, the pregame to our BAPS, our BAPS Summit, family. I'm going to be here for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.
That was good. That was really, really good. Okay, I'm going to go next. Let me highlight me.
So you're going to yeah, perfect. You go. You got this. I'm going to shut up.
Okay, I'm going to start my time because I'm going to watch the timer too. I don't want to go over. Hi, I'm Sharon Larry, excited about BAPS, the Business Autopilot Summit that's coming up. But before we get to the summit, we have 3 weeks of information, techniques, terminology, everything that you need in order for you to understand how to automate your business. I'm going to be there with my coach, my co-coaches. I'm going to be there with our millennial coach. I'm going to be there with Training by Dunbar and Harold Branch. Make sure you join us because it's going to be something that you've never seen before. If you're ready to do something different, we're ready to show you something different. Okay. That was actually 35 seconds.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if mine's gonna be that fast.
Listen, first of all, I'm always running over.
Seconds. I was really trying to stay in the 30 seconds, and yeah,
I'm always running over.
I'm gonna set my timer and I'm gonna try to do as quick as I can. So I'm glad we, and these pauses that's in between like this, I'll be able to clip out the in between and then run the transitions between each person. So it'll be like Ariel, and then it'll fade, and then it'll fade into Sharon, and then it'll fade, and then it'll fade into me.
Okay.
That's how the transition will go. All right. So I didn't pin myself. Oh, you pinned me? Okay, good.
I pinned you.
All right, ready?
Wait a minute, let me get off screen.
All right, hey family, this is Robert Dunbar, and I'm excited to be working with these fabulous coaches for our BAPS 2022. But before we start the BAPS 2022, we are going to get started with pregame. So if you've missed it so far, we've got 3 weeks left of you hearing from us fabulous coaches on what we're going to be training at the BAPS seminar. So that summit is going to be for everybody. This is going to be free for you to get set up to go right into that without a transition and be already set and ready to go. We're going to cover so many different things when it comes to business that you're going to want to hear from each individual person. HB is going to cover mindset. Sharon Leary is going to cover sales and automation. We've got Ariel Simone, who's going to be covering all of the social media that you need to get better in your business. We are not only bringing a video and audio to this, we're going to also give you tangible things that you can walk away with. And once you join our BAPS program, you're going to be able to access it for life. So make sure you get plugged into our pregame so that you know what you're set for and to get ready to run the field with us for our BAPS 2022 Summit. So we'll see you there.
That was good stuff. That was good.
Fire. Everybody nailed it.
Right. So what we'll do is with that, and we can stay on. It's fine. I mean, whatever else we need to be doing here, because like I said, when she sends it to me, when I get it, I'm gonna get it chopped up. Yeah, and I'm gonna get that part transitioned, and then the rest, the other stuff we talking about, I'll get it chopped out, and then you'll have the original in your Zoom anyway. So
right.
Yeah. I can see something. Yeah, and then I'll throw just a like in the beginning, I'm not going to throw an intro video. I'll just have them put the BAPS logo with all of us. And then it'll fade. Ariel go, it'll fade. You'll go, it'll fade. I'll go, it'll fade. And then it'll show the money back guarantee.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So those two things are only going to take 2 or 3 seconds. So we can still keep it short.
Okay. The other thing is if we move our meeting to Thursday, are we going to try to meet this Thursday in preparation for next Wednesday? Because if we don't, we'll be meeting the Thursday after next Wednesday.
I got you.
Right. So since we're meeting today, are we going to try to meet again on Thursday?
And you said Thursday at 7?
Thursday at 7.
I thought we were going live at Thursday 7.
Well, are we? Okay.
I thought that's what that slot was for.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I thought we was doing something today at 6.
That's right. We had it for 6 o'clock.
I had something on my calendar for 10:30 this morning, and then 6 o'clock we're supposed to be going live.
Live. That's what I have too.
We're supposed to be talking about
is it Facebook Live?
Mario, you're supposed to be schooling us now on.
Yeah, 6
I'm
p.m.
up. So I'm thinking that we moved
Tuesday.
that to Thursday, but we left. So we're leaving today at 6 to go live. So I'm essentially when we first hop on at 6, I'm gonna show you guys StreamYard. We're gonna divvy it up, and then we're gonna go live on somebody's platform. It doesn't matter whose. Yes. But and it's you today, Auntie, right? But outside of that, Thursday was just a prep meeting, not to go live.
You know, because what we have to do is prep before the Wednesday. We have to know, just like we need, like before we hang up, the questions I will ask you guys is, who is doing the introduction? Because we always got to have somebody who introduces all of us. So we're not doing it in the few minutes, because we got 10 minutes. So if we have somebody that we already say for the first 3 minutes, it's introduction, or first 5 minutes or whatever. And then they go right into their training, right? And that way they have time to introduce all of us, say a little bit about each one of our bios. Now, when we come on, we can go, I'm Sharon Larry with Peak Performers, and we can go right into our training. So, and that's what I did. Remember the first day? I introduced the audience to everybody. And then I talked about what BAPS was. And I talked about our mission.
Okay.
Remember? Cool. So we just need to know who's going to be that person every Wednesday. And then we need to know, like we sent to Rob what we're talking about. We need to just talk a little bit about that. Like I'm going to be talking about Windows. Now, even though you can use it, what I'm talking about, split screening, it doesn't matter whether you're on Google or that doesn't matter. What matters is if you're on a Windows-based computer, here's a way for you to really get the most out of using 2 screens. A lot of people already have 2 computers on their desk or 3, but you can still do that in Windows, have 2 screens, right? I could be on Google or Chrome on one, and I could be on Windows on the other one. Right, or I can have 2 Chrome sites up, and that's good for me because sometimes I have to move back and forth. You know, sometimes I may have I be maybe listening to one screen and may be taking notes on the other one.
Yeah, absolutely. All
Okay.
right, bet.
Okay, so that's what I'm
today
talking about. Ariel, what are you talking about on tomorrow?
So I haven't decided yet. I feel like I'm going into my bag of tricks.
Yeah. Well, and the only reason I'm asking, it's good for us to just talk it through. Not that we need to know, but it's good for
it's good.
you to hear yourself talking about it.
Yeah, no, this is good. I just didn't even decide on what to really discuss. I'll probably talk about live, like going live on your platforms, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Right. And
yeah.
why do I want to go live? Why do I want
to I'm going to talk about the why. I'm going to talk about the visibility. I'm going to talk about the platform supporting it now. Yeah, I think I'll talk about going live on your platform and maybe even something behind formats, like formatting to lives, like giving them an easy 3-step format to their lives so that they always know how to intro themselves, how to, discuss a topic, and then maybe even outro. Do you think I can do that in 10 minutes?
No, I don't. This is what I think you should do. I think that you should cover live, but I think you should tell them enough to make them want to join BAPS, because you're going to really show them the actual live. Because like if you give them that, they're like, I'm gone. I don't need to get this. She just showed me how to go live. Like,
and that's the whole thing.
Let them know.
I just give away too much info. I be giving too much info.
If we all want to give up the whole, it's like, why should I buy the milk? You're gonna give me the cow for free.
Yeah, and that's the problem with all of us.
Yeah,
that's why we're together in the first place, because we like to give too much. So we gotta like govern it. Like that's the problem. Because I do the same thing. I give too much information. Because there was already people like, dude, you should have gave them the whole multiple inbox thing. Like,
right.
So we gonna
right. Because we ain't gonna have nothing to trade off.
And I got so much stuff to give that it's more stuff. That's why I said with the multiple inboxes, I didn't show them the label. So there's only so much they can do with that unless they know the label and organize. So that's going to be doing the BAPS. So for you, I would really press, this is what going live is. This is how you can create clients going live. I'm going to show you all the steps to planning it, the platforms you can do it on during the BAPS. Now they're like, okay, I'm getting involved in this because I need to hear that.
So why you're more likely to get clients when you use the live feature. So this is what going live is. Why you're more likely to get clients using it. And then this is what going live is, the platforms that you can go live on. Because people just assume you can go live on every platform.
You don't necessarily have to give them the platforms. You just talk about, I would say, here's what lives do for you.
Yeah.
And when we come back for the BAPS, I'm going to give you some ways to make it easier for you to do it. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
BAPS, I'm going to give you. Okay.
And all of this is a learning experience for everybody.
Yes, it is.
Because this is how you're going to do your regular courses.
Yeah.
Whenever you're holding little trainings before you do a class, you give them enough to make them enroll and be like, okay, this is what she's going to teach me. I need to know this. And then now they're enrolling so that they can get the real deal. Like, you know how we talk about all these people charge you and then they don't really tell you nothing?
Yeah.
So that's what we need to be doing in our pregame.
Yeah.
Not really be telling them enough because it's free. And then when but we really gonna give them the information.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give them no sideline information. We're gonna show them, like, I know during that conference, you're gonna show them how to take their target audience and turn them into a client.
No, because I have such a big issue. Like, I have such a challenge with that. So I'm grateful for you guys breaking this down, because last week I was like, oh, you talking too damn much. I'm always talking too much. So
think about the 10 minutes. If we keep that in mind, we won't give away the story.
Way too much.
Because you can't give away too much in 10 minutes. That's why I'm in like, right? I try to bring value, but the things that I'm bringing to the table aren't, it's simple things. They can use them right now. They can benefit them. But I can show you so much more. That's what I'm trying to,
Yeah.
that's the
So
message that I'm trying to leave. I probably don't do it that well right now, but I'm learning.
So this is, and then what I want to like kind of allude to is like how like at BAPS we can discuss like, maybe it's too much information, but like at BAPS, I'm not going to talk about this there, but I want to allude to the discussion of monetization on like social media platforms, like for
and you
BAPS,
can mention
I want to.
something you said to me, Ariel, that left my mouth like this. You said that you made the first $200 or something. You were talking about that first $200. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So even
Just
if you talk about your experience, not so much, let me show you right now how to do it. But that got my attention right away.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to ask yourself all the time whenever you're setting up to do anything like this, like, is what I'm offering worth paying for? Yeah. Going live by itself is something that people need to know how to do to grow their business.
Yeah.
So people will buy into the program for just that. So just set that up by letting them know the benefits of it, letting them know how that can turn into monetization, because that's money for people, right? And then boom, when they join BAPS, we're gonna really give them that information. But that's the 10-minute tip, the importance of doing it. Like I told you, if you're gonna run a monetization, man, you talk about this. If you're gonna talk about monetization for Instagram or whatever live stuff you're talking about, I will come in behind you and I'll talk about monetization for YouTube.
Yeah.
So they understand that free advertising on YouTube will lead into you being monetized. Plus, at the same time, you're getting free, they're giving you free real estate.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is the thing that we have to constantly say is, and we're going to show you how. During the BAPS, we're going to show you how. During the BAPS is hands-on. During the BAPS is, we're not going to just tell you what to do. We're going to actually get into the, get into the fray with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll do like live, the importance. You guys already know, but you can bundle it up all nicely. But this is what lives do for you. Going live on a platform, and of course, why you're more likely to get clients using it. But however, we want to bundle it, saying going
after
live on
after 20 years being in an advertising game, guys, I saw how they bait us. Radio, TV, right? And those techniques, they work. Constantly telling people there is more.
Yeah,
this is good, but there is more.
I always have to do the training and then I have to strip it down. So like what I do before our Wednesdays is I'll put I have my trainings and that I already have, but I have to go to the training and then strip it down. So that's what I have to do, is just strip down the training.
Yeah, and I have to do the same thing. But my goal, regardless of what else I do, guys, my goal is to do 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. Minutes. I'm not trying to do 15 minutes because I know that in 10 minutes, I can only share so much.
Yeah, you're right. I appreciate y'all. This is a constant conversation.
But we're all, look at iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, that's what it's about, getting it all laid out. Because when we finish doing these programs, I believe in the process for everything. When we finish doing every program think like this we do, it's gonna get us better at our deal. It's gonna get better. These are all gonna be things that we can use to pregame our own situations. Once we create these little trainings, now we got these pockets, and I can say, you can say, okay, any of your clients that need social media, this is what I'm going to do for them for this price. And you can say, any woman over 40 that needs sales training, this is what I'm going to do for this price. And now you got other people pitching for you, which is what it's about. It's about,
and if you guys can do this for me, think of me like this. I'm the woman who's talking to women who don't have retirement. They have spent, a career in corporate. Their 401k has gotten eaten up. They may have tried to start something else like Legal Shield, and they've been going through whatever 401k or savings they may have. They are facing a retirement on Social Security that may or may not be there.
Yeah. That's
There you
right.
And we know that they want more because that's why they got into Legal Shield or Mary Kay or, you know, whatever else they're doing.
Yeah.
So we know they
Exactly,
want more. And my job is to figure out ways to help them to get more.
Yeah.
And make sure that y'all create some kind of marketing piece, like a fact sheet on those highlights and those, because again, that's what I'm going to be, because whenever somebody calls me and consults
Here's
with me,
mine. This is
got
mine
there?
right here.
There you go. No, we need
I have my
that.
freebies.
We need that information, Sharon, but we need to, even if you need me to help you do it, that's,
Okay.
but we are working
I
together.
do need your help on this.
All of us need to be doing this stuff together.
Like it's like a flat sheet.
Yeah,
Yes.
so let me show you something. So, and
Okay.
again, I can do this for you guys as well.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I have my Canva flat sheet, so I'll make sure I produce it this time though.
There you go. You got a Canva. So like this is one of the things that I use if somebody's trying to send somebody something about me. They like, hey, just give me something on your background. I give them this 2-page.
And I have one that I did in
Assuming
Word, but I
we'll
don't
put it
have
out.
one that I've done in Canva. So I'll send you my Word one if you can help me with that, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'll make it. And then if you want me to make changes to it, I will. I'll fit it up for you, whatever you need to do. So I got this.
You're one of the few people, you and Ariel, you guys are just, you know, I have spent so much money, guys. You know, my heart hurts a little bit because I felt like I got taken advantage of, even though I'm the one that made the decision. I really own that. But yeah, when you know, when you're again working with people who are trying their best to position themselves financially so that they don't have to worry about their future. And then you got people like certain people who come along, promise you the world, you reluctantly, you know, and that's a bad feeling. I don't want anybody to feel that way.
No, absolutely.
I'm with you 120%.
You know, that whole Eric Worre thing, I could go and plummet him on the top of his head.
I was pissed.
So I got this is just like
I love
like
that.
It's just picture me, just quick like experience, like my background, and then on page 2, are we qualified to help you gain success? General business and training experience, business experience, sales and leadership experience.
Okay.
This is 2
I'll
pages.
send you mine.
You know
because
what I
I
mean?
never even put all of my stuff in one place. The fact that I had the TV show, that I was in advertising sales for almost 20 years. That,
Right.
you know,
I didn't know the TV show.
Yeah, I have, yes. And
Yeah.
I never even hardly talk about it. Yeah, every once in a while I think about it, but you know, and the sales awards that I have over the years, I mean, it's just, I never even think about it. So
Yeah, and that's why it's important to have it bullet pointed on paper, because as we go through life, we forget about the stuff we did 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Even though it made us who we are today, it's like, if you think about, if you're in a relationship, you think about the person you are in your relationship and all the people that helped you get that way that you don't even remember. Like, and I know, Sherry, you've been married for a long time, so you ain't have a whole, you know what I mean? Like, and you was married before. So with me, I'm 46. I've been dating all my life, so you know, it's different for me. I know business. So
I can count on one hand how many dates
like,
I ever had in my life.
A whole lot of people got me here, and like some of them I couldn't remember. But they helped get, you know what I mean? I made some mistakes that I didn't do again because I did it with that person. So it's like that, those situations mold you and shape you, but you forget about them.
Yeah.
So it's like you forget about your accolades. You forget that you did something for 5 years or 10 years. Like I can't remember all the awards that Legal Shield gave me. I can't remember all the speaking engagements I did for free.
Right.
But I learned from that I have changed somebody's life in a crowd of 300 people. One person's life changed, and it was a free event that you did because somebody asked you, and you don't even remember it.
Right.
That's a whole fact.
Right? Yeah. So that's what it is. That's why it's so good to put that stuff down. So then now when somebody announces, you like, oh wow, I forgot. Who's that?
And every year, so even from the employee benefit training, I've always been in the top 10. Always, since I started that, you know, now as a field trainer, you know, of course, you know, I didn't even talk about the fact that last year I was the #1 field trainer. Right. I mean, I am not used to promoting myself.
And none of us should be. None of us should be. Like, that's a problem. If you like it, because it should be. It should be other people promoting you, and it's like it should be like, man, I don't ever talk about myself because other people should be talking about you. But you do have to put it on paper so that you can document it properly, so that you can give it to somebody to introduce you properly. Because that one thing you leave out might have caught somebody's attention and make them take you seriously. So it's like, it's just so important to have all of that and have a great introduction, and have a good piece to give people to say, look, this is who you're learning from. You're learning from, and that's why I need those from y'all, so that when I'm talking to a person, I say, look, I do social media, but not at the extent that you probably need it. If you're going to be running an online business, you need to have professional social media training. This is what this person is going to charge. You're a woman, you're over 40. I can teach you sales, but not like this one. Here's her resume, right? And then say, okay, this is what this is going to cost you. And you're getting this much time with each one of us. And it's going in between. Because I used to do blocks, and Harold was the one that taught me, like, hey, Dunbar, when we was working with these clients for life and business, we're going to pitch them back and forth. Because some days they need me and some days they need you. It can't be a month with me, a month with you, because it's going to be a day they're going to call, you're going to have a meeting with them, and they're not going to be able to talk business because something just happened in their life, and you need to turn them over to me so that they can get through that mental situation and then go back to you for business. And it's the same thing.
That's good.
It's going to be certain points in their business where they don't need to talk to me. They need to talk to you about increasing their sales. Or they're moving into this space where they're saying, okay, my sales are doing good, but I got to get online, and I'm online, but I'm not getting any business from social media. Okay, your next few sessions need to be with Ariel, because she's part of this package and she can help you get your social media. Come back to me next month. You see what I mean? Because your business is done. Your EIN number is there. You got your bank account. You got your company form where you wanted to have it formed at. You got your trademark and your copyright and all that stuff done. You're trying to
really help them with the branding too, and help them understand, like, with the branding and things like what colors and all that stuff you don't even think about, but that's all part of creating whatever it is. I don't care if it's a cooking show,
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I think because we do different things, we can all get some of the money for what we're doing. And I think it just makes it better for everybody when there's 1,000 clients, right? And we're only getting 800 a piece, right? 1,000 clients, because we charge them 2,400 and we split the 888. You know what I mean? Because now somebody's like, oh, $2,400. I got 3 coaches. I don't know what you're paying for over there, but I got 3 coaches for $800. That's real. You see what I mean? And that's, people can say, you know what? People will use that Amex card for that.
They will.
You see what I mean? So it's just
we know they will, because we've done it. How many times? Over and over and over we've done it. Yeah. So we know people will do it. And we know that people want information. People are not looking for another job. They're just not. They're looking for ways to be able to free themselves. Yeah.
And we want to be able to be the whole, what do they call that? You want to be able to treat the whole patient, right? Yeah. We want to be able to treat, we want to be able to treat.
Yeah, I love that.
Client, right. That person needs to be able to come in, especially a woman, because of the woman sales thing. A woman needs to be able to come in and say, okay, I got a social media coach, I got a sales coach, I got a business coach, and I'm paying $2,500.
Yep.
For 3.
And you add HB in there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Also,
because I always offer the print. I always put the print in there. So really, it's like $2,500, right? Right. And $99 goes to Harold. He's going to do a session with them. Right, boom, get that set up, get their print done, get all of that mindset stuff done. And then now they got 3 separate coaches that they're contacting. Like, nobody's offering.
And it would help us too, like with Mr. Self, he asked all the ring owners to add their print number to their group, what's it called? Group me. So all of us have our print, and that way he knows a little bit about all of us. So, with our clients, we can, once they go through Harold's, we can ask them always add their print number to, whatever label they're using, whatever name they're using.
Yeah, and Harold would actually send you their print. So this is what I do. So all of my clients, I have their print in their folder, in my client folder for them. I have their print because I go over their print with them. He does a 60-minute session with them. I do a 90-minute print session myself with the client, and I go over their print with them.
Oh, that's good.
And I keep it in a folder because I want to know more about the person that I have as a client. So if we put together a program that way, Harold will, when he does the print, he will email it to all three of us, knowing that we're all three working with that person. And now you have your actual print, and he has it. And now that person
that's fire
in between. And I'm telling you,
because there's nothing better to have some insight into people that you're working with.
Yeah.
To understand, and that's, you know, that's the time with the peak performers has given me a very good look into who they are, what their motivators are, things that scare them even, you know, because you work with somebody that close, have a number of intimate relationships, but it would be good to know it on the front end, right?
I think there's also one other part that is invaluable that we don't necessarily, you know, see the return on investment initially, but because we're all aligned and we have the same value system, when people are looking for coaches, sometimes there are conflicts, and that's sometimes why their coaching doesn't work, because one coach is telling them this and another coach is telling them the exact opposite, because each coach has their own philosophy and way of doing things. But here, what's happening is there's a closed ecosystem. We're congruent, we're aligned, and that is so powerful. Like, I know anytime that I opt into a coach, I have to tell myself, okay, Ariel, you can't talk to any other coach right now, you know, because I know that that'll cost me more money than I'm actually investing into the coaching. But with this, it's just so invaluable. So I think that that's another like piece to it because of us being so aligned. So
good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay,
so, okay. And what are you talking about tomorrow, Rob?
Oh, I'm actually that's why I always like to hear what y'all talking about, so I can make sure I'm not like over here while y'all over here. So last week I talked about multiple inboxes. I'm going to stay with Google Workspace in the sense of I'm going to show them Boomerang. And Boomerang is an app that reminds them that they haven't gotten a response from somebody. So if they send an email to Sharon and says, hey, about the benefits, and you don't respond, I'll get an email that comes back to me and say, Sharon, Larry hasn't responded yet. Do you need to follow up on it? And if Sharon does respond, it won't send anything.
Wow. Okay. Good stuff.
So, Boomerang. Yeah. So I'm going to show them Boomerang, and let them know the benefits of having Boomerang, and let them know how important it is to have a signature in their email.
Okay.
Because
remember, guys, we really want to keep this. We said 10 minutes, right? Because if we give away the store, what's the point of them paying us, you know, $299, right? So, or $199.
Right.
So please be cognizant. You know, if you have to put your timer on so you can see where you are, whatever's necessary, right?
It's
and then
me.
we want to,
I know.
Yeah, we want to have enough time to really promote and answer any questions. And as long as we're saying, and you can find out more about how to use this particular program, because we're going to show you how to do it. There will be more hands-on when we during the BAPS summit. You just got to remember to just come back to, this is just a taste. Right. Oh my God, wait till you just, you know, put this filet mignon in your mouth.
Right. You know? And something else that's a part of what I'm doing too is my bigger game plan in this, as far as where I'm going with everything, is that in order for me to show them how to organize themselves, they have to be introduced to these things ahead of time. They have to know what labeling is before we can get to organizing. They have to know what having multiple inboxes is before they can get to organizing. They have to know what on Google that they can make however many different signatures they want. So when they're sending from those different emails, they've got a different signature to go along with it. I'm not going to put that all together for them in the pregame, but I will put it together in the main training. So if they were in pregame, they're gonna be like, oh,
they're ahead of the game, right?
sense. So now when I send an email from this email to that email, when somebody responds back, it's gonna go into a separate email box. Plus, when I send it, the signature, I can change my signature to go with that email address. See, they're not gonna get all of that into the actual summit, because then it's like, now it comes together and it's saying, this is really automation and really. And when
Rob, when we only do 10 minutes, we don't confuse them either.
Yes.
Right. You know, the more we ramble, the more we confuse what we're trying to share with them. So let's be focused. If we're focused on the 10 minutes, that means we're talking specifically about the thing that we think, and we're leaving out things that really, you know, should be done during the BAPS, right? And then that gives us 15 minutes to really promote the BAPS, talk about, you know, what it's going to do for them, answer some questions, right? Open it up for questions. And then I moved the peak performers. I just told them Wednesday night, we're going to be in BAPS. So now they'll be there for the meeting after the meeting.
Don't forget about Hill's recording. So that's going to be part of the.
Yes, the meeting. Okay.
His Hill's recording is going to be part of it. And I always do a run through of mine too. So that's why sometimes I'll tell y'all, like last week, I told you, Sharon, I was going to train on 2 things. I told you that, but then I only trained on 1. Because when I did the once over, because I do it before I get on there with you all, I go through it myself. If I see it's taking too long to get through all of them, then I don't do it. So like I'm telling y'all, boomerang.
I'm one of those people too. I'm gonna do a run through. I actually recorded it before I actually did it. Not to make sure. I just wanted to see just a few minutes of it to see if I was making sense.
Gotcha.
You know, am I just kind of over here? Does what I'm saying make sense? Can you follow it?
Yeah.
Right.
When I do both, when I run by mine, if it's too long, then I won't do both. When I go to do it, I'm just going to do one because I know that I can't do both in that time because I've already tried and timed it. So that's what makes me change it when I do changes, because I realize, because I'm like, we all the same on that. I get excited and I'm like, I want to talk about all this stuff, and it's like, there's no way you talking about all this in 10 minutes.
That's why the 10 minutes made so much sense, because because we're all givers. We really truly could, all of us could go, 30, 40 minutes and just, because we want to give so much, but we don't want to confuse them. Our whole premise is that we're going to be there to show you how. We're going to say, go to this site. Here's the worksheet. Follow the worksheet. Here's the next step. So we can't do that in the pregame. We just can't, because we can't really give them the value of us showing them step by step how to do it.
Absolutely.
So, okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
I think is there anything else? So tonight we're back on for our live, and Ariel, you're interviewing me tonight, is that right? Or we're interviewing,
okay.
Are we doing all the interviews tonight, or how are we doing that tonight?
So I thought it was going to be on your platform, but I can do it on my platform.
I'm good. Tonight. I'm good. And we're doing Facebook Lives, or we're doing?
Yeah, I think we should do Facebook. And I think for me, my main platform is IG, but I don't know if StreamYard connects to IG yet. I was trying to figure that out the other day.
Okay. And I would prefer IG. If we can do IG, that's what I would prefer to go.
Yeah, I thought they did.
They do. My sis Lydia just did IG last week, so I know it's like not a new feature, but it wasn't in the original package. So so we could do Instagram if you prefer Instagram. Okay. Your audience is on IG. Perfect. So so we'll connect to that at 6:00. We'll just take 15 minutes to get set up to be able to like really just look and click around on it. And then what we'll do is like literally you have to send a link out for StreamYard. So we'll all just send a link out to our emails, go on to StreamYard, and then commence to do it from there.
Okay.
And all that's new for me, so I'm just whatever it is you tell
So
me to
we
do.
just go to, how do we do? So at 6 o'clock, I'm going where? What am I doing at 6
So
o'clock?
initially we're hopping on your Zoom at 6, the one that we've been on, like this one. We're hopping on this Zoom at 6. I'm gonna show you guys StreamYard for like 10-15 minutes. And then I'll send a link out for that StreamYard meeting. Gotcha. And what'll happen is like, we'll hop off Zoom, go into StreamYard, and you guys will see it's kind of, and after I show you guys, you'll see it's like you have a waiting room for StreamYard. And then, you know, essentially it'll connect to the platform. We'll make sure that it's streaming to the platform, and we'll pull everybody out of the waiting room. And if I'm interviewing you on your platform, or are you interviewing us?
Let me start with me interviewing you guys. How about that?
Okay, perfect. That's what I had. So it's like everybody on their platform, they interview the coaches for that platform. So you'll be interviewing us on IG, but it'll also stream to your Facebook. It'll also stream, if you had a YouTube channel, it'll also stream to your YouTube.
Yeah, I just downloaded StreamYard. I looked at it a little bit, and I was pretty impressed.
It actually beefed it up significantly.
So how do I get the word out, Lo? How do I get my people to be on this? Because that's what I need to be working on until we do this.
So is this designed for us to send it out to people, or is the live designed for people to just kind of find it? How does that work?
So what happens when you go live, like, because each person from the platform is invited, usually Instagram will pick it up that you're going live, like, and they'll send it out to your audience as well. However, word on the street is when you use a third-party tool, there's like less visibility, but the third-party tool does so much, you know, to be able to stream it across multiple platforms at once, that it just makes more sense to be able to do it through that third-party tool. So what you would do, Rob, is you would essentially send out a blast like, hey, going live between 6:15 and 6:30. And I'd say give that window just in case we're running a little behind. And you can send that out to your people on your platforms. You can send it out on IG. You can put up a story post. Like what I usually do is I'll do something really quick on Canva, and I'll throw it up on my stories. And then I'll also send it in Messenger. You know how you can DM people with stuff on IG and Facebook? I'll send that out. I'll do a post as well, just so that they can know that I'm going live and to just watch out for it. And then when you do go live, you can take that. I've never done it with StreamYard, to take the StreamYard link and do it. So don't, you know, I don't know, it's a little hairy there, but essentially when we go live on the platform, we should be able to send them a link, like DM them a link essentially.
So can that link be created before?
Not, from my understanding, not with, it may be able to be created before with StreamYard, but I've never done it before with StreamYard. I've never done that. So I'm gonna say yes, it's just that I don't know how. And I haven't toggled around with it. But in future, I'll make sure that we can have like a scheduled link. I'll see if I can even toggle around with it like in the next
if you can, because I would like to create an email, because in Kajabi, I can create an email ahead of time and have it set to go out, and then put that link in there. So when it goes out, it's hitting everybody at once. And then if people click on it and they get on it at that time, people see people getting on it.
Let me like play around with it. I have a meeting at like 12:45, but I'm sure like after that one, probably between 2:30 and 3, I could play around with it before the 6 o'clock and see how I can schedule a meeting.
Okay, all right.
I just never did it yet. So,
if you can do that, and what should the blast say? So what am I letting people know? The live is going to be what?
It's live. I just named it Live with the Coaches, but I don't know. Like we can name it, you know, Business Autopilot Summit Coaches. I usually do something sticky though, like something that's like not clickbait, but something that has, you know, good copy. So I don't know.
You know, we put together a word mesh. Rob and I need to send it to you. It's on, if you go to the drive, if you go to the BAPS in Google Drive, there is a sheet there, and it has all of these taglines and words that Rob and I came up with that will actually give you some ideas of, see, so on the next page, see taglines. These are all things that we came up with that you may be able to grab some stuff from here that'll at least get your head moving.
Yeah, but it also nothing too specific, because like essentially I want them to get to know us, right? Like it's kind of like a get to know us.
Okay, go back up to the first page, Rob. Go back up to the first page. But all of this is still, all of this.
Yeah, I'll look through it.
I think we both definitely need to have the word interview in there.
Yeah.
Like, interviewing the coaches, or, what I mean, something like that, so that people understand, what we're doing on this live.
But, part of it is, I hear what she's saying. We need to be able to identify what this is in a very few words. So we need to be able to say, 3 people have come together to do something totally different, something we haven't seen in the market before. And we're calling it BAPS. And tonight we get a chance to talk to the 3 people or whatever, right, who have decided, hey, let's just blow this thing up, right? We're just going to blow it up, That's the whole Scorpio thing. We're all about turning over the apple cart, right? Just so we can figure out, okay, how to rebuild this thing. So, if you can say, because things are changing, because technology is changing, how we can free up our times. 3 of some of the most prolific or giving coaches, or whatever you want to say about us, us enough to know that we got big hearts, that we've got years of experience. They're coming together tonight to talk about, So does that make sense, Ariel?
Well, what I'm thinking, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong, what I'm thinking is literally the headline that people are going to see. Like when you go live, you see maybe 5 words, maybe. And people are determining whether to click on it from there. So that's what I'm saying. Like when I come up with the copy for that, sometimes I go Ariel Simone, or sometimes I go Miracle Morning mentioned you. Because when people see mentioned you, they're thinking, oh, snap, she's literally talking to me. Like, so I may come up with something sticky like coaches get together, and we're talking
Remember
about
what
you.
People like. What do people like? Why are people drawn? Why are people drawn to things like the Kardashians? Why are people drawn to Hip Hop Atlanta? Why are people drawn? And it's something that it's almost like they're drawn to a wee bit of controversy, a wee bit of something different, right? So, to be able to say, these 3 coaches have flipped the switch, or maybe they just flipped out, period, right? What I'm saying?
Yeah. And during it, like as we talk about it, like when we're actually live, like that's everything that we'll say. But I'm talking about those 5 words.
That's what I'm saying. These 3 coaches have flipped the switch, or 3 people who decided, hey, let's tear the whole thing down, or tearing the whole thing down, figure out why they're doing it. Something that is, it's a little bit of controversy, and it makes you want to go, what are they tearing down? What the heck are they doing?
Okay.
And I think how many words? What is it like? It's only like 5, because I've never done this kind of live, so I don't know what show. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by like this. I call it a subject line pitch. I call it.
Right.
I mean, I call it subject line pitch. But
you say something like they crashed and burned, and now they're here to tell the story, right? Or they crashed and burned and flipped the switch. Just it can't be. Oh, nobody cares about interviews. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because everybody's doing interviews.
Right.
But we have to reach out of the screen and grab them by the neck.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like burn.
They burned it to the ground. But it's all good.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah. Okay.
What's some terminology that catches people's attention to in subject lines, is like the real, the secret to, the stuff like that.
But it's overused, Rob. It's overused. Now I see the secret. I'm like, everybody.
We don't want to get people to jump on and jump off, because that affects the live. So
Right,
if
but
we
that-
say burn
but
it
we
down
can't-
and they jump on for that and then realize that it's not drama, they'll jump right off.
No, I'm not
People see the
talking
numbers
about
with it.
drama. I'm just
Mhm.
saying that they want to know, well, what did they do differently? All we're trying to say to them is that we're doing it different. It's not
Right.
the same old, same old. That's the only message. Not that, hey, they're gonna be over here kicking each other and cussing each other out. That's not
No. But we can't control what they think when they read something. So
right.
if we make them think drama, that's what some people gonna think for drama.
But
so we not delivering
I
that.
promise you, once the headline, all we want to do is draw them in. And then she's going to tell them, right? You've got a few minutes to get their attention. Then you can tell the story, right? So I'm not saying that we want to create drama, but to be able to say, if somebody said to me, if I came to you and I said, Rob, the whole system stank. We burned it down, we recreated it so everybody can win. Right?
But I like that, but there's no room for that on the subject line.
But
like, we can't
not in
put
the
all of
subject,
that.
but that's just it. We just want to draw them in so we can tell them what it means. Right? I'm telling you, if you put secret, if you put these words, no, because everybody's saying that. Everybody's saying secret. Everybody's saying we have to say we're doing something different.
But how do you say that in 5 words? Because that's what we need. We have to have it short.
Burned it down, rebuilt. Burned it down, rebuilt.
Okay, so when I click on that.
Now she can say, now when you click on it, now she's got time to say, we, something like these 3 coaches wanted to make sure that everybody can really benefit, right? Or reverse the script, or, we believe that everybody deserves a win.
And see, I don't know what happens after that. Like, I don't know what happens after you click the subject because I've never done one.
Right.
So
once they click on the subject link, what happens, Ariel?
Yeah, so once they click on the live, what'll happen is essentially the live title will be like the 5 words. And then what I'll do is I'll pin, or what we can do is we can essentially like pin a comment from the live so that we could have like the description pinned essentially. Yes, so yes. I'll just pin the description.
Right. We want people to pay attention.
Right.
And I'm talking, guys, I promise you, this is 30 years of me doing this.
Right.
I'm not saying if I wanted to create stank drama, I'd be like, they whooping each other's ass, you better show up, right? I'm talking about people understand burn down, rebuilt. Burned it down, rebuilt it. Right?
Yeah, that burned it down, rebuilt it, like that'll work. And then okay, yeah. But like again, this is with me figuring out. So what I'll do by 2:30, 3 o'clock-ish, probably 3 o'clock, I'll block some time so that I can go on StreamYard and see how to schedule something so that we can send out that link for the platform at large. And okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then I'll make sure that it's named and all of that good stuff.
And whatever verbiage that's going to be put in there, send that to me so I can put it in the email that I'm sending out. Because the email I'm sending out, I wanted to match with whatever it is that's going to be said. The comment that I can elaborate in the email, obviously, but I want the headline to be the same headline.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that when they open up the email and they see that headline, when they go to click on the live, they see the same headline, letting them know that they're in the right place. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So I need that.
Absolutely. It has to mirror.
Yeah.
Okay,
I want
guys.
that to mirror.
I got to get ready for this 1 o'clock, and I know you've got a 12:45.
12:45. Yeah. All right. Okay. Love y'all.
All right. See you guys at 6.
You guys all love you guys. See you guys at 6.
Love you guys. Bye.
All right.
I'll send this to you.